And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bubba and the Bloom, episode 270, your week 23 FAAB preview. Will get you caught up on the recent news and ready for another week of FAAB. But before we do that, you can follow me on Twitter at BDNtrick, the podcast at Bubba Bloom Pod, on Patreon at patreon.com/Bubba Bloom, and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at RyanBHQ. Ryan Bloomfield, how we doing, my friend?
I'm all right, man. Four hours with you last night. So what's another hour and a half between friends this evening?
Exactly.
Let's do it.
I wish my stats would have counted today. That would have been cool. It was a
your
home run
your
derby for my
2026 team. Your 2026 team dominated on August 21st, 2025.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
I did see you hyping, Vinny P on multiple platforms when he homered yet again today. But yeah, doesn't. Do you have a bunch of Vinny P this year?
I have a couple of shares. I have them in my, I believe in my OLAC that I'm trying to. I keep battling between second and fourth in. So, yeah, I do have some shares. I liked them this year. I just never really pulled the trigger and redraft. But the beauty of auctions, you can get your guys. So that's good stuff there.
That is true.
Andy
Hello
Splinter
to the chat. Yeah, what's up, Andy?
Good
a few more weeks to go, he says. It's crunch time. Like I'm in you're in as well on Underdog, the best ball, where this is like best ball semifinals and a bunch of their contests this week and next week. And then if we both get through these semis, you actually start to look at some bigger payouts. I've got two golden tickets in the Tout Wars like daily DFS.
Oh, nice. I know you got through there.
Friday. Yeah, I got two of them. So that starts Friday. So DFS and like best ball, there's some stuff sweating out now. But yeah, even the regular season, 5 weeks or something left.
Yep. So that's why we'll keep you guys up to date on news and FAAB and more to keep you chugging along to the finish line, because every little move counts as we get going. Let's get to some of those news and notes, because it's a busy show this evening. Wilyer Abreu was placed on the IL with a calf injury. Originally, he suffered the injury on Sunday, and the Red Sox said, he'll miss 2-3 games. He'll be back. No big deal. Goes on the IL on Thursday. Still has not had an MRI, so they don't know the extent of the injury. So that's great. But we have a good one. Joe's Tenson Garcia, a.k.a. The Password, has been promoted from AAA. He's the Red Sox number 3 prospect, hitting .289 with 20 home runs and 6 steals at AAA this season. He's a beast of a man and a better name to go with it. Any thoughts on this? Is he'll be should be a popular FAAB pickup this week, but we have a handful of prospects this week we will be discussing.
Pro's pro on the pronunciation there. You must have even looked it up before the show.
Yeah, because I can butcher names on the regular. This one was like the way it's spelled and the way it's said, or no.
You all should have heard the first attempt that he made when we were prepping for the show, and then he's like, I should probably go over to Baseball Reference and get the actual pronunciation. Yeah. So the Password, Joe's Tenson Garcia, ton of power, 27% K rate in AAA, which I'm always going to look at and be a little bit cautious of, see how that translates to the bigs, and then of course the biggest piece to this in terms of FAAB is not his nickname, because I know, I actually wonder if that increases his FAAB price at all. I'm half joking, but I wonder. It's playing time. I don't let's see. We will have a weekend to see how much Garcia plays. Is he going to be a platoon? Is he going to play every single day? Like you said, Abreu is on the IL, so there are some spots opening up here, but that's the only thing is playing time in the K rate. So I'm going to be probably pretty tepid on bidding, just like I am with pretty much every prospect. But in Garcia's case, with the hype, with the nickname, with the power that was pretty legit at AAA, 12% barrel, I worry about the strikeouts and the playing time right now.
The good thing with it being week 23, everyone will be tepid because most people don't have money right now.
That's true.
So the low bids might get to the finish line here. They were working him out at first base. He played one game there and then got called up. They didn't expect him to get called up so soon, but the injury kind of pushed things. This was probably more of a September deal, so he could platoon with Nathaniel Lowe at first base. He could still platoon in the outfield. I think they want to give him run, but to your point, let's see what the weekend plays out. He kind of got there late on. He got there before the game started, but a little late on Thursday. Was not in the lineup for the Red Sox. So we'll See how that one plays out as the weekend goes along in the Bronx for the Red Sox. Hassan Kim, this has been tilting 101. He comes back, gets hurt, comes back, gets hurt, comes back, hurt again. He's on the IL with lower back stiffness this time around. And the Rays call up the number 24 prospect in all of baseball, Carson Williams, who we have seen at First Pitch Arizona in the Arizona Fall League. And there's a lot of hype behind him. It was Colson Montgomery and Carson Williams. It felt like were the two big shortstops for most of FPAS. One is dominating in major leagues right now. One is getting his debut, but he struggled at AAA this year, Ryan. So I am very cautious on this one.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, should I even offer my advice here, given how spot on I was with Colson Montgomery? I still don't think Colson Montgomery's. I'm still not convinced, but that's probably an off-season type of show. Carson Williams, yeah, like the 2020 season that he already has in AAA, like that's going to pop a little bit with the power of speed, but as you'll probably hear and see elsewhere, I can't get over a 214 batting average and a 34% strikeout rate in AAA this year. Like that's a hell of a lot worse than the passwords. And so I just see Carson Williams getting eaten up in his first exposure to major league pitching. Has an elite glove, so like the playing time could be there, especially with, like you said, Kim is on the IL and actually completely out of the picture. So that could be there. It's just 34% K rate in AAA. That's pretty much off my board. Now watch Carson Williams go Colson Montgomery on us, but that's at least my process. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm out on this one as well. One of the biggest reasons is we don't even have a timetable for Kim. It's just on the minimum with the back injury. Like what's going on with that whole situation? We know the Rays like to move guys around in platoon. Like there's a million situations where this could backfire with the Rays. At the same time, it could flourish. So take your gambles if you need it. I will not be going there. We'll talk about that in FAAB coming up, but a lot of people will when it comes to Carson Williams. Adley Rutschman to the IL with an oblique injury. We don't know the extent of this injury just yet, but it feels like it's 2 to 4 weeks at least, which basically puts us to the end of September, which means he's a drop for me, Ryan. What this does more than anything is it's our third prospect we're talking about in a row. Samuel Basallo gets regular. The Orioles already said he's the primary catcher now with Adley out of the way. This is out of the three we've talked about so far, the one I want the most in FAAB this week.
So that's what I was going to come back at you with, was like, how would we rank these three prospects so far? There are a couple others on this team with Beavers that we'll talk about, but yeah, I agree with you with Basallo being the primary catcher. From all indications, the hit tool, the power is bonkers. Let's see how it plays out. It's interesting. We had a question in the Discord earlier today asking for rest of season, would we take Samuel Basallo or Wilson Contreras? And both you, me, and Ben and Martin Sokolsky chimed in there, and we all kind of unanimously said Wilson Contreras. We just like the proven bat, but the fact that we have to think about it, or the fact that it was a question, I think speaks to the potential for Samuel Basallo. And will that all come together in these last 5-6 weeks of the season? Nobody knows, but certainly going to get a shot. And to Dominic Rello's delight, who took Basallo, I believe he took him last night in the 11th round of the 2026 Meatball Draft, he will get that sweet catcher eligibility for next season, which is probably the ultimate fantasy takeaway here. It's just more long-term.
Yep, catcher 2 for Dom in that league. Everyone wants to hear about it. We're going to talk about it way too much for you guys. But I already thinking ahead to doing my catcher write-ups and everything for 2026 is Basallo's going to be up there now that he's going to be catcher eligible. Like because there's going to be a handful of catchers we're losing with Wilson Contreras, with Ivan Herrera, and a couple others. Like he's going to move up the list pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Again, this has nothing to do with 2025 per se, but does Basallo go to first? Does Adley go to first? How does that play out? Because they're going to both be in the lineup for the Orioles.
The other, this is just, and this is you will like this edition, Bubba. Adley Rutschman this season, 227 batting average. Maybe Adley comes back last couple of weeks, whatever. There's no reason to, but 227 batting average, 9 home runs on the season for Adley, 29 RBI, a total bust, and at a somewhat premium pick this ADP.
and a full fade for me this season. So
that's why they call
Very
you
good.
catcher man.
hey, I get a lot of things wrong. So when something like that takes place, like that feels pretty good.
Yep.
More trouble, I should say, in Atlanta. They have just been hit with every injury bug you can think of this season. And we'll start with the first one here. Austin Riley, he went to Philadelphia to get a second opinion. It seems like they must have a surgical unit in that second opinion because later that day he had season-ending core surgery to repair his abdomen injury. He'll be back in 2026, but Riley's done for the season. Second bit of news, Ryan. Spencer Strider, who has been struggling a ton since his brace procedure, coming back from the brace procedure. Spencer Strider is having his start pushed back to either Monday or Tuesday of next week. We'll have to see how that plays out. But one guy lost for the season, another guy that's not an auto start right now for sure.
Yeah, and even without the news that Strider's being pushed back, it wasn't an auto start. I just think this is the Braves trying to get Strider through the season and manage the workload a little bit and get him set up innings wise for 2026. So I don't read too much into the Strider pushback news and even the Austin Riley news. I mean, we both kind of wrote him off already. And so, I mean, it's more regular playing time for the Nacho man, Nacho Alvarez, who's playing third base every day, hitting 8th in front of Nick Allen. That's a vaunted 8-9 in the Braves order, but yeah, neither one. Nacho Alvarez has been a little bit better lately, but I think you've got to be pretty desperate at corner to be going there.
I agree. Francisco Alvarez was swinging it well for the New York Mets, and that has come to a screeching halt as he has a UCL sprain in his thumb. He's going to be reevaluated in 10 to 14 days. So at this point, about 7 to 10 days, he'll be reevaluated. The Mets have already said he will need surgery. They're just hoping to push it off till the offseason and have him play through it the rest of the way. Ryan, this is a drop for me.
Yeah, probably a drop for me as well. And without at least on the Mets, without a corresponding pickup, you've got Luis Torrens of 210 batting average and 2 homers and 233 plate appearances as your primary catcher.
Talk dirty, Ryan.
And then you've got some dude named Hayden Senger who was called up from AAA. I don't know much about Hayden Senger outside of he's 28 and the stats don't look good in AAA this season. So not interested there either.
Nope, not good at all. Another catcher here, Tyler Stevenson. He was supposed to come back and play on Wednesday. Then he lands on the IL with a fractured thumb. No timetable for that return, but a catcher with a fractured thumb and the thing you have to catch fastballs, that's not ideal. I feel like he's a drop. I actually dropped him in a league this past week before this happened. So I think I'll be dropping him elsewhere because if you look at his stat line, Ryan, if you want to play that game, he mimics Adley Rutschman this season. It is not good for Tyler Stevenson. So he might be a Gene Segura by the look on your face when it comes to Tyler Stevenson.
Yeah,
he's a goner.
Yeah, I think so too. Because again, even if Stevenson comes back the last 2 weeks, you could probably get him back for a couple bucks when nobody really has any money. So I just don't think it's
watching football. So yeah, it's over.
Yeah, like I just don't think it's worth it. So I guess Jose Trevino he's more interesting to me than Luis Torrens.
Big time. Yeah,
okay.
He actually is.
Okay, so you're somewhat in on Trevino because we can't just keep saying drop these catchers and there's no one to pick up. Sounds like you like Trevino as an option.
He's a catcher too, preferably in a deeper league, but in a 12, he's still viable. Like I'd go get Freddie Fermin over Trevino personally. Trevino's got more pop. Fermin's much better overall offensively behind the plate. The moral of the story is if you lost one of these guys, go get Samuel Basallo. That's my move. Like go
and open up the wallet to do so. You'll have to do it anyway, but yeah,
go get him. Like he should be a priority for you this week. Would be my 2 cents. Landon Roop of the Giants, it will be officially placed on the IL on Friday. Pretty scary looking injury on Wednesday when he left the game, got carted off. They're saying it's a knee sprain. I think there's more testing to go with that. It looked way worse than a knee sprain. Hopefully that's all it is. He's done for the season. You can go ahead and drop him. That's fine. On Thursday evening, right before the show, a little bit before the show, the Giants said Carson Wisenhunt will be called up to pitch on Friday for the Giants, pushing Logan Webb back to Saturday, giving some guys an extra day off in this rotation. So Wisenhunt's back. That was kind of a murky road in his first go, Ryan, but Roop done for the season, I would imagine.
And Wisenhunt would line up for, let's see, he would get the Cubs on Wednesday. We'll get a sneak peek of Wisenhunt, like you said, on Friday at Milwaukee. That's a tough spot.
That's not good. Not good.
But yeah, I don't know. Not too conditional starting pitcher in 15s. Carson Whisenhunt. Better long-term future. I just don't know about right now.
Agreed. Jake Berger to the IL with a left wrist sprain. It's been a just lost season for Mr. Berger. He's platooning when he came back. I've already said you could drop him a while ago. This kind of wraps it up. It makes it interesting, though. Does Rowdy Tellez have some viability in deeper formats at this point in time? That's an interesting question.
I mean, I don't think they're going to ever play Rowdy against lefties. I don't know if we want to see that, but I don't know. I mean, Rowdy does have a career high and elite, honestly, 15% barrel rate. He's got 13 homers and 243 plate appearances. Like, you're not going to get much batting average, but if there is not much power on your waiver wire, you've got a right-hand heavy week for Texas. Let me look ahead to the planner. Texas. Ixnay on that. They have two righties. They have 4 lefties and 2 righties. So no Rowdy Tellez this week.
Maybe down the line. Keep it in the back pocket.
Yeah.
On that one. Last bit of news here: Brendan Donovan to the IL with a groin strain. They're hoping it's minor, just something to keep in mind. If you're looking at that, just gives like Nolan Gorman was already playing every day at third base. It just kind of locks him into even more playing time potentially. But that's about it for me.
Yep.
All right, let's get to it. Week 23 FAAB, Ryan. It's again inching closer. There's 27 total weeks. Let's look at the upcoming schedules and what stands out to you when you're peeking at it this week. There's no 8 games. Lots of 7s though, Ryan. Lots of 7s.
All right, finally got the damn planner up. It's only week 23. I think I'd learned by now. Yeah, lot of games this coming week, which we love to see. It looks like pretty much half the league gets 7 games, so I'm not going to list them all out, but a good number of teams get 7 games, almost the entire NL East. A lot of the NL Central, not much of the NL West, but no 5-game weeks as well. So a lot of baseball, which is always good. If we do our check on kind of our typical stadiums and park factors, we do have the West Sacramento A's home for 6 this week. Pretty tough schedule, but they are all at home with 5 righties. So still not going to recommend JJ Bleday, but if you've got your Athletics lefties, you can roll with that. We talked about Cincinnati earlier with Jose Trevino. They are at home for 3 and on the road for 3, so you don't get a Great American Small Park all week. Ditto for Colorado. You get 3 at Houston, 3 versus Chicago. So no all Coors, no all Cincy. Let's check Tampa Bay. That's kind of the last one to look at. They are on the road the entire week. So that's hurting as well. Easiest schedule by far. This one sticks out in the weekly planner. And again, the weekly planner, we've actually had a nice bump in new Patreon subscribers this past week or so. So thank you all for joining and welcome. This weekly planner is available to you. It's updated every single day. You can check this out and see the numbers as they update when you're making FAAB and lineup decisions. But yeah, this one sticks out in Houston. Like, don't like that for my Mariners, but good God, Houston has the easiest hitting schedule of the week with 3 at home against the Rockies and then 3 at home against the Angels of Jose Soriano, your boy.
That's the best pitcher they face all week. That's the best pitcher they face.
Yeah.
Soriano.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Maderos and then Kyle Hendricks. So any Houston, just fire away.
Wow. That's an impressive schedule right there. Go get your Mauricio Dubon. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, God.
I just all right, let's go team by team, all 30 teams. So we'll start with the Baltimore Orioles. We've already mentioned a couple prospects we will discuss here shortly. They have a 7-game week, 4 at home versus Boston. Then they go to the Bay Area to face the Giants for 3, 2 lefties and 5 righties on the docket for the O's. And it could change because right now McDonald is in there for Saturday. That's a moving target right now when it comes to the Giants. Just keep that in mind. Some things could change there as well. What do you like with this Baltimore team? You mentioned Basayo. You mentioned Dylan Beavers earlier. How do these look out to you?
Yeah, so Dylan Beavers is the one I want to mention. Hit his first career home run on Thursday, so that it was nice to see that power play up. The biggest thing for me, Dylan Beavers, it's been against all right-handed pitching. So let's see if he plays against lefties. But Dylan Beavers has played every single day since he's been called up. It was 18 homers, 23 steals in AAA this year for Beavers, and 18% strikeout rate, which is much better than the likes of the Password and Carson Williams. So if we're trying to rank so far some of these later season prospects that are coming up, I so far have Beavers number 2 behind Basayo, but ahead of Carson Williams and the Password. I already forgot how to pronounce his first name.
Joe's Tenson
Garcia.
Yes, I got you. But yeah, other than that, Mountain Castle's up to 70% rostered. Westberg is dealing with an ankle injury. On the news that's dropping tonight on the Patreon, I wrote up the update on Westberg. He was out again on Thursday for the second straight day with the injury. The Orioles are hoping that he only misses 4 or 5 games and can avoid the IL. So it sounds like he'll probably be out most of the weekend and hopefully comes back next week. A lot of these teams are doing this. Like, oh, they only missed 6 games. We don't need an IL. It's weird, but that's what they're doing right now.
That's been Jordan Westberg's entire season.
Yeah, it's true.
So not
very
great.
True. Yeah. Other than that, I got nothing. I'm not gonna go say pick up Dylan Carlson. I'm not a Kobe Mayo guy. It's just been he's getting the PT, but that's been a rough go as well. And on the pitching side of things, like Brandon Young, he left with a hamstring injury on Thursday. Got roughed up a little bit compared to the first time around, but not a whole lot for me there as well. Anything else stand out to you on the pitching side for Baltimore?
Bullpen's a disaster as well in terms of just save ops, but there's no closer there right now.
There's not. Boston Red Sox, they have 7 games this week, 4 at Baltimore, 3 at home versus Pittsburgh, 1 lefty and 6 righties. Would have been a really good Willie Abreu week, but instead it's not. David Hamilton has been recalled. Do with that what you wish. Nathaniel Lowe is now the starting first baseman for the Red Sox versus right-handed pitching, which means 6 games this week. What interests you with the Boston Red Sox?
So Nathaniel Lowe does interest me, actually. Like I mean, why did Texas or Texas, Washington? What happened there? I don't know.
Yeah, it made no sense.
So yeah, Nathaniel Lowe, I think, is extremely viable corner infield, especially with 6 righties on tap for Boston. You kind of poo-poo David Hamilton, but if you do need steals, this is someone who, yes, he's hitting 174. It's not great. It's also a super low BAB if the strikeout rate is like league average. So I would expect at least a low 200s batting average. But at this point in the season, categories are everything. If you're bunched in steals, I think Hamilton's a decent stream just because I think he's going to play at least 6 times and probably get you 3 stolen bases, plus or minus. So just throw that. He'll give you nothing else, but Hamilton will at least run. We hope.
We hope. And for Joe's Tenson Garcia, the password with 6 righties on tap, this might be a rough week to get used to what he's got coming up for him.
Yes.
To the rotation, the Red Sox are mulling over Walker Buehler to the bullpen, which means maybe, just maybe, Ryan,
our dreams will come true.
Say it with me. We might get Kyle Harrison. He actually struggled in his last AAA start, unfortunately. Dick Fitz got called up to pitch on Thursday. So hopefully they don't stick with him. We'll see. But I'm still going to hold out my Kyle Harrison hope. And people are probably sick of hearing that by now. But I'll keep banging that drum, and so will you. So,
but like Boston is finally, yes, having that Walker Buehler discussion that we've been talking about forever now. So
yes, so it's
baby steps.
It's happening GIF could be getting posted shortly. Yankees, they have 7 games this week, 3 at home versus the Nationals, 4 at the Chicago White Sox, which is always a great spot to look for bats. 2 lefties, 5 righties. I'll flat out say it. I am so annoyed with the Stanton playing because he's crushing it on my bench right now because he's just not playing every day, so it's hard to start him, but I might just start him for the 2 games he plays, and it's 4 home runs. It's ridiculous, but now that I vented, what do you like with his offense?
I have no feel for the Yankees offense right now. Like the Stanton, Goldschmidt, Jason Dominguez, like
Dominguez is a joke.
Circle of life, death, whatever. I don't know how you can start any of those guys because they're just not playing. None of them are playing regular. I mean, Stanton, 2 starts in the last 6 games. I don't know how you can start that, yet he continues to mash. So I don't really have an answer for it. And I guess those guys are probably, well, maybe Goldschmidt's not universally owned anymore, but it's probably for a good reason. So I don't really have anything actionable FAAb-wise there for the Yankees lineup.
In NFBCOCs, Goldschmidt is 84% rostered, 51% started still. That's impressive stuff.
Football.
Yep. It's football. But yeah, if Stanton was playing, that would be golden. Cabby, this is why it's just weird. So you got Jason Dominguez, who was playing and then got a day off, then played, then day off, and he's got over 20 steals on the year, so that's annoying. Caballero played 4 games in a row. Now he sat for 2. Dude's almost got 40 steals. Like, there's fantasy viability to this team if we actually got playing time. It's just, like, to your point, can't figure it out, so full tilt mode. And I'll ask you this. It's not really a FAAb thing here, but it's roster starting-wise. Max Fried, horrific.
Oh.
I wrote him up for the matchups article on Friday, Ryan. In his, 7 or 8 starts since July 1st, ERA is close to 7 with, a 4.5 Sierra and a K to walk around 8%. Brutal.
Yeah. Yet Max Fried's season-long ERA is still a 3.26. Just goes to show how I don't want to say dominant's the right word, but how good the surface stats were the first half of the season. It's kind of why I was off Max Fried in the meatball draft, just because I just think the forearm's a ticking time bomb. At some point, it's going to blow up. You can say that for any pitcher, of course, but yeah, pretty wild how bad Max Fried has been.
You'll start him versus Washington this week, most likely, but then the following week it's a 2-step at Houston and home versus Toronto. Terrifying start for Max Fried.
Yeah.
All right, Tampa Bay Rays, 6 games on the road, 3 at Cleveland, 3 at Washington, 2 lefties, 4 righties. We mentioned Carson Williams as a potential option here at shortstop. Should get plenty of run with Kim out. Anything else interest you here?
No, not really, especially on the road all week. We talked about Rowdy at first base. What about is Big Bob Seymour? Is that your guy or no?
Nah, he did hit a home run the other day, which is impressive. He's got a ton of power, but
I heard he tripped over first base or something.
Yeah, he looks like a guy he looks like your prototypical beer league softball player. It's beautiful, actually. It's the Rowdy Burger build, so it's beautiful. But
it sounds like someone. Sounds like a name of someone I'd get work emails from, meeting invites from Bob Seymour. I
feel like he was an extra in Office Space.
Exactly. State employee Bob Seymour. I may workshop that. Nothing against state employees. I am one.
Yes,
but we can work with that.
He's legit one of those baseball player or U.S. senator. That would be a tough one. It would be a very tough one. If it were to be a full Tampa week, the following week, we'd have a discussion on our hands. Not so. Even it's four righties, so he's going to sit twice. Yeah, I'm not going there.
Agreed.
Other than that, you can drop Joe Boyle if for some reason you're still rostering him. Not a whole lot else I got going when it comes to pitching in Tampa Bay.
With you.
Toronto Blue Jays, they have 6 games all at home, 3 versus Minnesota, 3 versus Milwaukee. All right-handed pitching, which keeps Nathan Lucas in play. It keeps a lot of their boppers going. This team just doesn't seem to stop right now.
They do not seem to stop, and they've been a really, really fun team to watch. Let's see how Vlad Guerrero's injury. He hasn't played the last 2 games. Let's see how much he plays over the weekend. If you have Vlad, you may want to obviously see what happens this weekend, but start looking potentially at corner infield plan Bs if you need one. Outside of that, I don't have much on the hitting side. Andres Gimenez is back, and you've got 6 righties. It's a tough schedule, but Andres Gimenez will at least hit 9th and probably do nothing for 6 games in a row. So You've got that. I think Shane Bieber is really probably the big name to throw out in FAAb. Might even be the most expensive FAAb pitcher this week. Let's see how he looks on Friday. Will make his season debut on Friday. Had a really successful rehab assignment. I actually saw one of those starts in person in Buffalo. 37 Ks, 3 walks in 29 innings over 7 starts for Shane Bieber. I know it's minor leagues, but seems pretty dialed in. Let's see what Friday looks like. But if Shane Bieber pitches well on Friday, I think you're gonna have to shell out some coin to get him as well the rest of the way. Could be an impact guy.
Yeah, I like the Biebs play quite a bit. Obviously, he has to stay healthy, but for the options we have discussed already and the ones we will try to discuss later, he will be towards the top of that starting pitching list, no doubt about it. Uncle Ted mentioned Anthony Santander. He is starting to swing. He's a little behind Yordan still, so we'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah, lost season, but I'm interested for 26 to buy the dip, but yeah, not now.
Chicago White Sox, they have 7 games this week, all at home, 3 versus the Royals, 4 versus the Yankees, 2 lefties and 5 righties for a surging White Sox offense here. Problem is weirdly enough, a lot of these guys are slowly getting rostered.
I know. And like a couple of them even got drafted in the freaking thing.
Lennon Sosa's up to 91% rostered in OCs right now. Like if we talked about the early season on that, not a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's not too much. I mean, one name I'll throw out there, this is a deeper league name, but this is like who I wanted Dylan Moore to be. And that's
I know you were saying
Brooks Baldwin.
I just highlighted him before you said that. Yep.
Did you?
Yep.
Just kind of does a little bit of everything, and lately unlike Dylan Moore, lately has been playing every day, hitting 241, 8 homers, 4 steals, 238 plate appearances. Like nothing special, but above average power. He runs a little bit. Strikeout rate's manageable. Again, probably a 15-team type deal, but if you need some, if you've got like I was just saying earlier, if you got like a Vlad Guerrero Jr., you got a couple spots where you're maybe questionable. You need like someone who's just has position flexibility and you can kind of manage all that in one roster spot. Brooks Baldwin isn't the worst ad out there as kind of that insurance policy.
One that I'll throw out there, we're talking about catchers that have been dropped. Kyle Teel is starting to swing it, Ryan. Over his last 9 games, he's hitting 344 with 2 homers and a steal, only striking out 20% of the time. Kyle Teel is, and they got 5 righties this week. Kyle Teel would be a catcher too. I would keep an eye on going forward. He's getting plenty of playing time in the middle of a good White Sox lineup, so it's been helping him drive in some runs. I've been using him as a cheap catcher in DFS, and it's been pretty nice the past week, and decent set of matchups coming up. So I'd mention Kyle Teel as a potential option as a catcher to replace the 5 or 6 injured ones we talked about.
Wouldn't be the first or last time a touted prospect gets called up, struggles, and then starts to figure things out.
Yes, indeed. Cleveland Guardians, they have 6 games this week, all at home, 3 versus Tampa, 3 versus Seattle, 6 righties in the 6 games for the Cleveland Guardians. What do you got here?
So it's a start week if you've got Kyle Manzardo. I don't know if I'm going to go. Cleveland is a line shift team, but like, yes, are you going to recommend Schneemann, Bo Naylor, Nolan Jones?
Bo Naylor, I was going to discuss.
Okay.
It's still not great, but in a 15, if again you have one of those catchers that got hurt, this would be a decent week to go get him if you need to.
Okay.
I guess it's probably it might be like a one and done, but if you're putting like a waterfall, you got Basayo and you have Teel, you could have Naylor down there. I still have Fermin around the bus. I'd have him behind Basayo, but at least keep Naylor in your thoughts is where I would go with that.
Okay. I think you and Ben were talking about switching over to pitching. Parker Messick.
Yeah. He dealt in his debut, a 24-year-old. He threw 6 2/3 innings, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 Ks against the D-backs in Arizona. Pretty impressive.
Yep.
And at the minors, a 3.47 ERA with 119 Ks in 98 innings. That's not too shabby either. And guess what? He's a lefty.
He is, and further, guess what? He gets the road Rays, who are not good against lefties. Just and then would line up for a 2-step the following week. I don't know against who. I don't have that in front of me, but potentially like decent stretch here for Parker Messick if you're interested.
Yeah, he came out looking good on the sheet for Ben, but yeah, we got Parker Messick against Tampa. Oh my God, Cleveland has John Means. I forgot about that. Oh, according to RotoWire, according to RotoWire, they have Means taking Messick's spot the following week. It would be at Boston, at Tampa, so that's probably fine. So it could be a 1-week stream for Parker Messick.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Fangraphs. So I use Fangraphs as Fangraphs probables. They've got the same thing. They don't have Messick going after the Tampa start, but that. I mean, come on, man.
I'm not sure Means is back right there.
You kidding me?
Like, yeah.
When's the last time I heard John Means' name? God.
Yeah, we've done this dog and pony show a couple times, so
cool.
We'll see how that one comes to fruition. Detroit Tigers, 6 games this week, all on the road. 3 in Sacramento. That's what you want to see. 3 at Kansas City. 1 lefty, 5 righties for the Detroit Tigers. But a lot of them are rostered, Ryan.
Yeah, I was looking at Detroit earlier today. I don't see much. Honestly, I don't.
Trey Sweeney is about it. If you really want to like take advantage of the Oakland series, but he's not crushing the baseball by any means. He's got hits in 3 of his last 4 games with a home run. If you want to go that, but that's a small sample size.
Yeah. No. Yep. Agreed. I mean, good lineup, but like you said, the good ones are already rostered, and I don't really see any kind of emerging ones. Trey Sweeney would have to be 15 team or deeper.
Yeah, and then you still got the Kyle Finnegan, Will Vest fun in the back of the bullpen. So
start them both. Honestly, like I have Will Vest on some leagues. I have Finnegan in some leagues. I am starting them both, and I'm just going to say 50-50. I'm not going to sweat it, try and time it. Just it'll work out. I'll get a few saves.
Yeah, you got to win from Vest this week. Like they're going to keep sharing the back end, and that's just how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Kansas City Royals, 6 games this week, 3 at the White Sox, 3 at home versus Detroit. 2 lefties and 4 righties for the Fighting Vinny P's. Anything interest you here as the big dogs are obviously rostered, but I'll say this much. I don't want to pick him up, but Yaz is swinging it really well in Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, Yaz was the only one I was going to highlight. He has been swinging it well. He's leading off. I know we talk about him a bunch. But it's tough in a 4-game week, and especially because the Monday, Thursday, and Friday, Sunday, at least how it lines up now, like Yaz probably isn't going to start more than 2 games in either half week. So I mean, it's an option, but it's not. For these kind of marginal platoon guys, I need to typically see 5 games or more. Obviously 6 or 7 would be ideal, but 5 is kind of my minimum.
Yep, not high up on my list of things to do. That is for sure. Minnesota, 6 games this week, 3 at Toronto, 3 at home versus the Padres, 1 lefty and 5 righties. And this team was supposed to be left dead to rights. They're at least entertaining right now, I'll say that much. That's the nicest way I can say it. But like Brooks Lee actually looks like he can hit.
Brooks Lee is the name I have highlighted. I think he's only 50% rostered in 12 teamers. Yep. I mean, hitting the hell out of the ball right now, probably a bit over his head, but Brooks Lee, so we talked about Teal earlier. It's like, this is a guy, maybe it's taking him a little bit longer, but this was also some decent prospect coming out. It's taken him a little while to get going, but playing time is there. He's been hitting 3rd in this lineup the last couple of games. So don't mind Brooks Lee. Most likely we missed his best stretch of production, but I still think he can be pretty decent. Playing time's there, and if he hits in the middle of the lineup, that can work.
Yeah, and I'll keep shouting out Trevor Larnach hits 2nd. He's 69% rostered, so he's got a lot of roster rate, but he's playing very well in 2nd and could be, especially in 15s, but 15s he's widely rostered. So keep that in mind as well. Pitching staff is a mess. So
Jose Urania, I think, just gave up another earned run as we're talking. Yeah.
Well, then they got Thomas Hatch. Dude, this is where it's like the offense, they've pieced it together pretty nicely, actually. But you look at that rotation and woof.
Bailey Ober,
wow.
Oh, it's Joe Ryan and
Zebby.
Not much else.
Half of Zebby.
Half of Zebby. Yeah, there's good Zebby and bad Zebby. Don't know which one you're going to get, but yeah, it's brutal. And then the bullpen. I mean, Topa. I know you like Topa, but no one's even gotten a save the last week, so I don't know.
Yes, I'm with you. Topa, he usually has to throw at least 2 innings to get a save in that regard. Yeah. It's hard to get a save when you look at the starting pitchers in that rotation.
Yes.
Definitely a team to actually look to target. Like if you have Jays or Padres, potentially look to get some of them to face Minnesota this week. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I even wonder if I should. I always have this struggle, in the weekly planner. Could I do last 31 days strikeout minus walk for some of these just to kind of get some recent trends? But that's probably putting too much numbers on one spreadsheet.
Yep.
Never mind.
Just let me do that nonsense with matchups and whatnot. I'll take care of that for you. The Athletics. They have 6 games at home this week, as you mentioned. 3 versus Detroit, 3 versus Texas. 1 lefty, 5 righties. Nick Kurtz is still hitting home runs and doing everything because he's just goated. Other than that, though, it's tough.
Yeah,
Jacob Wilson should be back next week, which will cause some stirring in this lineup. I think Luis Urias should be gone, or Max Schumann should be gone. Let Brett Harris keep playing. Let Darrell Hernandez keep playing. That's my 2 cents. Now, what do you like when it comes to FAAb?
not much for FAAb. Even Hernandez, like he's 1 for 5 stolen bases, and someone who's supposed to,
But they're
his
letting
speed's
him
supposed
run.
to be his skill. Yeah, they're letting him run. I don't know for how much longer though. If you go 1 for 5, so
Yep.
I don't know. I don't have, and like I said before, I'm not doing the JJ Bleday thing again. Fool me once, shame on whatever that quote is.
Yeah, Hernandez, I could see if he keeps his job. I'm worried about the Wilson thing. Brett Harris kind of interests me here at third base, especially with the week in Sacramento. He's hitting only 227 since he got caught 26 plate appearances. But when you look at his AAA numbers, he had like one of the longest hitting streaks earlier in the season, hitting 289, 12 homers, 7 steals. Like, again, not lighting the world on fire, but there is a skill set there that does intrigue me. 15% carry, 11% walk. It's a good plate discipline for a young ball player. Brett Harris in 15s, I think, should be rostered next week. And I could see some appeals in 12s if you're in third base help. Let's put it that way.
Man, you like some Brett Harris.
That's what happens. I have to write about the AL West every week. I start liking guys I thought shouldn't like.
Really?
Just,
I mean,
I've hit on a few of them, though. It's worked. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Not a lot of them, but a few.
Is Brett Harris really that young? He's 27. I don't know. I always do this, and then they come out. You're always right when I freaking challenge you.
Yeah, keep going. Keep talking.
This would have been Ernie Clement, Colson Montgomery earlier. Now it's freaking Brett Harris.
Track record is looking strong. Keep going.
I mean, what this guy do? 12 homers and
7 steals. Great plate discipline. Keep going. I'm waiting.
No, I'll stop. I will also stop adding Brett Harris in my waterfalls this weekend as well.
What about this situation when it comes to the A's? Are you buying in to Luis Morales in this rotation?
More long-term as opposed to FAAb.
Agreed.
I don't know if the pitchability is quite there yet for Morales. This is typically someone who has run like a 9-10% walk rate. I like the stuff. I like the K rate, pretty much consistently elite in the minors. I just don't know if this is someone you can count on for certainly for wins, but to even pitch that deep into games.
Agreed. I just want to get your thoughts on it because super talented, really young.
Yeah. Yep.
Skill set looks great. Flew through the minors this year. Like, he was supposed to finish the year in AAA. He basically forced the hand to get up here. He's going to have some pretty good starts and some like full-on Mizorowski. I'm going to walk everybody starts. Miz is better than him. Don't get that wrong. But I just wanted to get your thoughts, especially in the pitching at home. Don't want anything to do with that either.
Decent late. Of course, my brain is 2026 draft and hold. But like, would I go Morales in the? I have no idea. 40th round for next year. Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah. If he makes it that far, but yes. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the one you talked about earlier, the Houston Astros. They have 6 games all at home, 3 versus Colorado, 3 versus Angels, all right-handed pitchers, and it's just a juicy. Like, if Jesus Sanchez still goes hitless this week, just cut him is what it comes down to. I'm talking about the Astros cutting him.
He's been pretty bad. Tanner Gordon. I was like, did Colton Gordon move to the Rockies? Tanner Gordon, Dollander, Senzatella, Soriano, Maderos, and Hendricks against Houston this week. So, yeah, Houston bats have been pretty horrendous lately. This is a week to change that. But I don't know. I don't know what you do about it. Like, even Jacob Melton, I know I mentioned him a lot. Like, he still strikes out way too much for me to probably pull the trigger here. Outside of that, I don't know who you're picking up to take advantage of this. Bryce Matthews is back.
He just got back. You're still not picking him up either. But it's tough. That's the part. Like, it's a great week if you got him, start him. But otherwise, it's real tricky. Luis Garcia is set to come back this week. Obviously, you can't pick him up till after he pitches in the NFBC. But he gets Colorado, the Road Rockies this week. So if you're like in a league where he's available, might be worth looking into. Just gonna throw that one out there for you.
Yeah, typically don't like to take someone the first start back, but Road Rockies, you can make an exception to that rule.
Most definitely. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, 6 games this week, all on the road, 3 at Texas, 3 at Houston, 1 lefty, 5 righties for the Halos. a team that's been pretty pesky at the plate. I'm going to say that flat out. And their matchups in Houston are pretty nice too. What do you like when it comes to the Angels?
Yeah, they get the good side of the Houston drama. Colors, Christian Javier, and Arrighetti is how it currently lines up. But I don't know. I mean, do I need to give your boy Teodosio another shout, or I don't see much in terms of ads
speed
for the Angels.
If you need speed, it's Teodosio, even though it's not even running right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'd probably I know they're different positions, but I'd rather take David Hamilton.
Ooh, I'll take Teodosio on that one. I just have no faith in Hamilton, but I get
You don't
it.
like Hamilton at all.
No, it's a great play. Recommend seeing it. If you guys like plays, go see Hamilton, but don't pick him up in FAAb. This is where I finally going to take a stand. Like I'll take Brett Harris over David Hamilton for the week.
That would be like the worst beer bet.
We have a week 23 beer bet coming up.
Someone who I've barely even barely even heard of, and I'm going one.
So. Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Seattle Mariners, they have 6. Oh, real quick with the Angels. Might not be a thing we really need to discuss, but could be. Kenley Jansen is dealing with an injury. If Kenley Jansen is out, we saw Luis Garcia get the save on Wednesday and Reed Detmers get the win. Definitely something to monitor the rest of the weekend is what I will put out there.
Yeah, agreed. And the reporting of the Jansen injury was weird. It was like very vague at first. And I know we were all in the Discord. We're like, I hope it's not something heart related or anything like that. But yeah, it's a good call out. Saves are important. The Angels are at least like they can generate save opportunities. The save from Garcia on Wednesday was tied heading into the bottom of the 8th, and the Angels took the lead in the bottom of the 8th. So that's why Detmers got the win. He was already pitching the 8th. So it wasn't like a pure straight save op that I like to see like 7, 8, 9 kind of line up. But yeah, I think if I had to pick, I'd pick the guy who got the save, Luis Garcia. If this Jansen thing is anything half serious, that's a decent, cheap closer ad, potentially. Good call.
Yep, every once in a while I'll have that and Brett Harris. Seattle Mariners this week, they have 6 games, 3 at home versus San Diego, 3 at the Cleveland Guardians, 2 lefties, 4 righties for your boys that are trying to keep the fight going against the Houston Astros.
They just got slaughtered by Philadelphia this weekend or this past week. Like they
got a taste of upper echelon opponents.
It was really bad. I watched a lot of it because it was mostly day games out here, so it was not great. They were licking their wounds on both ends, both hitting and pitching. I don't have too much in terms of ads here. I always like Dominic Canzone, but fighting an injury right now, only 4 righties. So what I was talking about earlier with Yastrzemski applies to Dominic Canzone. You want that 5+. The good Mariners, pretty much 1 through 6 are all owned. You can maybe look at some Cole Young if you're really desperate, but I don't see much. Dylan Moore week hasn't. Well, it has gone as planned.
It went exactly as planned.
It's gone exactly as planned so far against all these. Because I mean, it was Dylan. Anyone who didn't last week, it's Dylan Moore week because the Mariners get 5 lefties, which I don't think I've seen before in a week, and it's not working out.
Yeah, not great. Bob is the best way I'll go about that one. Andy Splinter, yes, Jorge Polanco is Gene Skura territory. It's because he's hurt. He's just hurt. It's a bad deal on that one.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up Victor Robles for everyone that was looking to stash Victor Robles. What I read, and this could be, I could have read it wrong. So 10-game suspension. He's appealing it. He has to serve the suspension with the team. With the Mariners?
With the major league team.
Yeah, with the Mariners. So he'd have to get called up. He could work out with them before the games and obviously suspended, can't be there. But that means the Mariners will be short a roster spot, and he won't continue his rehab, essentially, unless they count batting practice as his rehab. I'm curious how this affects his return to the team.
I am too. I mean, the Mariners are in a dogfight right now with Houston. It's neck and neck. Yes, they're both struggling. Maybe it's more like a race between a snail and a turtle, but the Mariners need every roster spot, every inch of advantage they can get, and that's tough calculus for the team. Do you waste that spot? Do you eat that 10-game suspension for Victor Robles? I don't know, and I think if you had stashed Victor Robles in fantasy, like, you've got some better options. I'm totally fine dropping Robles and doing something else.
Agreed. Texas Rangers, they have 6 games this week, 3 at home versus the Angels, 3 in Sacramento. 4 lefties, 2 righties, nearly that crazy Mariners week. And if you break it down into the bye weeks, the early week and the late week, 2 lefties and 1 righty, and both of those have split right down the middle, folks. Yeah, not great. So what do you like here?
Not much. Jonah Heim actually has been playing every single day. I think we'll primarily play against lefties. So that's if we're talking second, we're always talking second catcher ads on this show. But that would work. Jonah Heim. Outside of that, I don't have much. I was going to bring up, I mean, you wrote about this for Baseball HQ, but Sean Armstrong potentially establishing himself in the 9th.
Yeah, I wrote about it before they picked up Matons, like over a month ago, as a potential guy when Garcia struggled. We're seeing it happen again as Armstrong picked up the save on Sunday. They haven't had a save since. He's an older guy, which they like there in Texas. But what I liked about him compared to some of the other options, big time strikeout stuff compared to their other relievers. Like, still not elite, but we're talking it's a 20% K rate. But more impressively to me is what he's done of late. If you go back to just July 29th, if you want to take a smaller sample here, he has not allowed a run over 9 innings pitched. He has a save. He has 2 holds. And what I liked here is it's 13 strikeouts to 2 walks and 9 innings pitched. So now we're getting towards our 30.6% K to walk. So he's really started to find his groove of late. And if you want to go even deeper, it was like 17 appearances with 1 earned run. Like, he's been very effective after a slow start to the season.
And I think, and listeners out there, you're probably like screaming, small sample, even for relievers. But like that matters when you're fighting for a closer role and how well you have pitched lately. And, it doesn't mean much for how well they're going to pitch going forward, but it could very well mean Sean Armstrong gets a shot at the gig and keeps going with it as long as he keeps pitching well. So like, yeah, I'd take Sean Armstrong over either Angel we just talked about, Luis Garcia or Detmers, and prioritize him in FAAB.
I like it. All right, let's head to the National League. The Atlanta Braves, they have 7 games this week, 3 at Miami, 3 at Philadelphia. It's all 4 righties to start the week, 3 in Miami, 1 called Aaron Nola. And then on the weekend, it's all lefties in Suarez, Sanchez, and Luzardo. So if you are in an NFBC-like format, be careful. Not saying you're going to be streaming a lot of Braves these days, but because the main guys play every day. What do you like here, though? Because like Drake Baldwin, you might sit most of the weekend.
Yeah, but that's more, like a start sit half week. I mean, the Braves they throw the same lineup out there every single time. Hey, they do got my man now, Jake Fraley. He's go.
Joining the team on Friday, so we'll see how that plays. Yes, your boy Jake. Good God, Jake Fraley. Yep.
Not a recommendation. I was
about to say, whose spot's he taking? Michael Harris, Jerks, and Profar. I don't see that happening now.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bad team, man. Outside of the top 5, it gets real ugly real quick.
It's bad, and they're just cycling through like horrendous starters. They just picked up Cal Quantrill.
Starting on Friday.
Like, that's not great. The one thing I will say, and folks who heard our meatball draft review already, apologies. Anyone who dropped Raisel Iglesias during that rough patch, that's a big regret. Raisel Iglesias has 4 saves in the last 5 days and has been pitching off the charts lately. So
it's him and Hurston Waldrop's all you want in that pitching department for the Braves right now. Otherwise, stay far, far away. The Miami Marlins, they have 7 games this week, 3 at home versus Atlanta, 4 at the New York Mets, 3 lefties and 4 righties, most of the lefties over the weekend for Miami. You want to target the Braves if you can, personally. I guess it depends on they got the Waldrop and Strider, never mind. But 3 lefties, 4 righties kind of limit to the Miami upside for me.
Right, as does the inventory of talent. I think that's available. Like, again, the good Marlins, like that. It's not a shade on the Marlins lineup. They've got some hitters, but the good ones are rostered. I don't know if you're going with Roberto Hernandez, Wagman.
I picked up Hernandez this past week, so yes.
You did?
There.
You like him?
In 15s, he's down the waterfall. But if you look at his numbers, they're not bad.
Okay.
He's in a 15. He's very serviceable. I'd say.
Okay. All right.
I want to ask you about Maximo Acosta. Got called up, hit a home run in his third game. But the reason I ask is he's playing second base, 12 homers, 28 stolen bases in AAA. So they're giving him some run right now. Obviously a deeper league play, but if you need speed, you're talking David. He's better than David Hamilton.
God, more David Hamilton pounding.
Actually, he's played second, third, and short in his 3 games. He's basically been a super utility right now.
Yeah, hit 232 in AAA. That's good. I know nothing about Maximo Acosta, so got nothing to add. But if he does play, that the stolen base attempt rate in the minors was really good. Like basically ran a third of the time that he was on first base, rather successfully. So I'm not going to say Acosta over Hamilton. Just can't. Got to hold my ground on that one, but wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong.
Smell a beer, but just smell a beer.
Where does Acosta? Where does he qualify? Even is he even in? A, who is this guy? And B, he's not even in the
second base
player pool, dude.
Second base, 0% rostered right now.
He plays second base, the same as Hamilton.
He's second base eligible.
I don't know.
Glorious. Man. It's glorious.
I'd rather take Minimo Acosta. But...
There you go. So let's look at you with your dad jokes. New York Mets, 7 games this week, all at home, 3 versus the Phillies, 4 versus the Marlins, 2 lefties and 5 righties for a Mets team that is really trying to figure things out.
Whew. Still beat the Mariners 2 out of 3. Oh, real quick. Apologies back on the Marlins. I do want to throw out. So we mentioned the Cal Quantrill over to Atlanta. Ryan Gusto was called back up for the Marlins, and with Quantrill out, I think Gusto could stay in the rotation going forward, and I think that's a pretty decent starting pitcher ad. So I just want to throw that out there, assuming Gusto stays in the rotation for Miami.
Good call.
Mets.
Nemo's hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty with the Mets right now, both in terms of how good they are, but also just injury-wise. McNeil was injured today as well. Mark Vientos is coming back, looking pretty good, but I don't really have much of an ad there. Like Mullins is going to play a bunch, a 5-game righty week. Brett Beatty's been swinging it pretty good. So I feel like those guys are pretty, especially Mullins, but probably Beatty as well. So I don't really have much on the Mets.
Yep, neither do I. There's not much there. The guys you want are long gone. Philadelphia Phillies, they have 7 games this week, 3 at the Mets, 4 at home versus Atlanta, 2 lefties, 5 righties, and I have nothing to give you when it comes to the Mets.
Yeah, quick correction from last week's episode on the Phillies. You apparently did not need to purchase a Roku subscription to watch Aaron Nola Sunday morning. I had never looked into it because why would I?
Let's just say Nola's start was over before my bacon was done getting cooked.
It was so bad. It was typical Nola. I mean, he was kind of cruising the first 2 innings, and then boom, a 6 spot.
Oh, Ryan in the Discord after the first inning, just like, yeah, this is great. And then I started cooking breakfast, got the game on, looked back in the Discord, and Ben Ted just had I can't remember what the comment was. And I went
on a hike with my kids, and we left, the whole family, we left in the 2nd inning. I was like, all right, I'm feeling good about this. And we went on a hike. I checked it like an hour and a half later, and there was a lot to sift through. When I got back,
they went on an extra 4 miles after that. Couldn't walk it off.
All right, kids, we're going back in the forest.
Yeah, we gotta go. Become one with nature after this. We have to heal. This is bad, but yeah. What else?
So I'm not even joking. Wise, like if you have Nola, he's 100% rostered in 15s and 12s. You can't start him. You can't start him, right?
No, you can't. He's broken still, or he hasn't fully got, whatever way you want to look at it, he ain't right. He's got Atlanta this week, which actually was hitting it well over. It was the White Sox pitching, but still Darren Nola's about the White Sox pitching. So I think that's fair in that regard. I can't start him right now. It's Atlanta this week, Milwaukee the following week. Like, no.
Buckle up.
No, don't even. Just throw it out the window. That's just
not
even happening. Just get it out of there. Anything else with Philadelphia, they're pretty much locked in.
Yeah.
Washington Nationals, they have 6 games this week, 3 at the Yankees, 3 at home versus Tampa Bay, 1 lefty and 5 righties. For a Nats team that when I was doing write-ups tonight, they're actually quite pesky at the plate at the moment, at least versus right-handed pitching, which surprised me.
Yeah, and why? Let's see. Pickup-wise, Luis Garcia is probably pretty widely rostered. Robert Hassel's back, not doing much. Dalen Lyle. What do you think about Dalen Lyle?
Yeah, I'm not there, but I get it. A lot of other smart people are.
But there's no one else pickup-wise.
No.
Always throw Josh Bell out there, but
yeah, they kept Josh Bell instead of Nathaniel Lowe. That was quite the hot take from them.
I don't get it. Oh, Paul DeJong.
Paul DeJong
last
yes,
week. Yeah,
Paul DeJong keeps
that's
playing.
Someone worth mentioning. Keeps playing second base, third base, some first base as well. So I don't know. If you need power, it could work.
Like him, otherwise the pitchers are not good. That's the nicest about it. Except Jose Ferrer has picked up 2 saves now.
Yeah,
get in the back end.
He has sneakily been one of the better deadline closer ads, and you probably didn't need to spend that much. So
he was basically free compared to everybody else that first week.
Yep, and he's the guy. He
is the guy. He gets multi-inning saves. Like he locks it down. Looks real good in the back end of that bullpen. Chicago Cubs, they have 6 games this week all on the road, 3 at the Giants, 3 in Coors Field, 3 lefties, 3 righties. Coors is 2 lefties and 1 righty. What do you like with the Cubbies this week with Kyle Tucker's hands apparently healed? That's interesting. He's been fractured since June.
So
this team is, it's frustrating.
I don't know. We could spend some time on this, but we probably shouldn't.
No.
I like to rile you up on this show. Like I haven't brought up Bob Melvin. Actually, shit, man. How's your truck? How's your alignment?
So this is good. So was I in the rental last week? I was in the rental, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were in the rental last week. God, I should have done this at the top as Bubba's wheels turn.
Yes, my wheels did turn this week. So got the truck back on Tuesday. Got about 3 or 4 miles from our office shop, flat tire. When they were test driving it for the alignment to make sure it was aligned properly.
Is this related to the alignment? Or did
while they were testing it out, they apparently got a nail in the tire. So I had to get that fixed right away. But other than that, we're back up and running for now. So we'll see where it goes. But I just laughed. I literally was just down the road talking to a grower on one of the ranches, and I looked in the tire sensor thing started going off. I'm like, you got to be kidding me right now. This is unbelievable. So yeah, that's where the wheels turn. But for the last 48 hours, knock on wood, we're doing okay.
That's classic.
Yes.
Okay, back to the Cubs.
Chicago Cubs. And their wheels are not turning right now.
Right. Speaking of bad alignment, that would be the Cubs and their medical staff. So yeah, the Kyle Tucker thing, it's just wild, but I don't trust that he's healthy. I have no idea, but he is playing. It's interesting. Like, he's back to playing. Owen Casey was playing somewhat regularly, and watched a few of his at bats. Like, it didn't look great, the plate discipline, but it does have some pop. Don't think there's enough playing time to add Owen Casey. Especially, I just think Tucker will play after this sabbatical.
Tucker, PCA, they'll all play. Even though they all struggle, they'll all play.
Yeah, there's not much. Like Casey will Casey will play too, but it's just not regular enough.
Yep, agreed. So yeah, I got nothing when it comes to the Cubs, unfortunately. You just play your guys and hope they figure it out. Pitching staff is what it is, and keep those Daniel Palencia saves a coming. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
Cincinnati Reds, 6 games this week, 3 at the Dodgers, 3 at home versus St. Louis, 2 lefties, 4 righties. In Great Americans, 1 lefty, 2 righties against the Cardinals. Are we back on Miguel Andujar this week?
Sure. Yeah, he's clean up. He continues to play pretty regularly. Didn't play on Monday, but yeah, I think definitely in 15s at third base outfield certainly helps. Speaking of third base, I was going to throw Cabrian Hayes out there, who looks a lot better with Cincinnati. I don't know if that's just random. Obviously the ballpark's better, but 15 teamers, Cabrian Hayes, I think can be back in your life.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in him a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, well, I'll keep watching. Well, since August 10th, basically 10 games ago, 367, a home run, 7 runs scored. Like that'll play. And some good matchups coming up this week. So I'm with you on Cabrian Hayes for sure. Other than that, not a whole lot else I have. The pitching stats pretty much locked in. Emilio Pagan is pretty darn good.
One last thing I'll throw out there is Matt McLean is 96% rostered, 68% started. Platoon. Yeah, like he's just not playing enough. Like I don't know if you can keep rolling Matt McLean out there.
Nah, and even when he does play, he doesn't do anything. So you can move on from that one at this point in the season. Milwaukee Brewers, 7 games this week, 4 at home versus Arizona, 3 at the Blue Jays, 1 lefty, 6 righties. The dudes just keep mashing. Rhys Hoskins and or Jake Bowers should be back this week, so keep that in mind. Hopefully they just DFA 1 or 2 of them. But other than that, Joey Ortiz left with a hamstring injury on Thursday, so keep that in mind. See how that plays out. Monasterio got some run there. Otherwise, most of these guys are rostered. It's a running theme right now, Ryan.
Yeah, we may get some questions on a Joey Ortiz replacement. We'll see. Andrew Vaughn has to keep playing. You mentioned Rhys Hoskins, Bowers. Like I think we've talked about this already, but Andrew Vaughn has to keep playing. There's nothing else FAAb wise. This team's rolling, and at least for the lineup, really, I mean the rotation too. Closers, like it's pretty dead set, solid. If you're a Brewers fan, you just want the postseason to come right now.
Keep everybody healthy and go.
Yeah,
that's what you want right now because you are locked and loaded. And yeah, and if Andrew Vaughn loses playing time somehow, you think my Bob Melvin rants are bad? That's going to get ugly real quick because he's been a lifesaver in so many leagues at this point in time. Pittsburgh Pirates, they have 7 games this week, 4 at St. Louis, 3 at Boston, all righties, and it's a very favorable week, but it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I still don't feel comfortable picking up any of these players.
Right. Like I'll throw Spencer Horwitz out there, but I feel like I somewhat irrationally think Spencer Horwitz is good. What has he actually done this season as I pull up his page? Spencer Horwitz is hitting 257, 5 home runs, and 300 plate appearances. So it's not really not doing anything. No. Not going to recommend Ronnie Simon. Not going to recommend Captain Jack. So it sucks because this is like an ideal left-handed hitter streaming week, and it's just not like this. If Yaz was on the Pirates,
yes,
let's go, but he's not.
Yep. So we move on from that one. Just one thing that stood out to me, I didn't realize he was on the Pirates until I did matchups tonight. Braxton Ashcraft is there from Cincinnati. So, man, Bubba Chandler, he got called up. He's supposed to piggyback on Friday. We'll see how that goes. Or I don't even know what they officially decided for him on Friday, but he's up and working out of the bullpen.
I think this Ashcraft's different than the Graham Ashcraft's the Cincinnati.
You're right. I just saw Ashcraft. I'm like, oh, God.
No, it's all good. He is up. Ashcraft's 41 innings. Has a 3 ERA, but skills are not supporting that pretty much at all.
I'm really curious what Bubba Chandler does, to say the least.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should have probably at least mentioned that. Like, I don't know. This came up in the Discord as well. Like if you stash Bubba Chandler all season, and people have, it's like, I don't know. I don't think you can use Bubba Chandler. I guess we'll see. Like, let's see if he debuts on Friday. I have no idea if that's going to happen, but like, just, I guess, keep an eye out. If Bubba Chandler actually is a follower and goes 4 to 5 innings, then he's viable. But if this is like a true long innings reliever, I don't know how you, and like Bubba Chandler wasn't even, I don't know, the numbers weren't that great in the minors either. It's just like, I don't know, a lot of questions.
Part of me is wondering though if he's just like that's his middle finger to the team for not going out. Like, I just don't care.
Or just messing around with new pitches or whatever. Like, who knows?
Now if he comes in as a piggyback, like Ashcraft goes 2 innings and then Bubba gets like 4.
Right. Yep.
Now things get interesting as we get into the weekend. So definitely something to monitor. St. Louis Cardinals, they have 7 games this week, 4 at home versus Pittsburgh, 3 in Great American Small Park, 1 lefty, 6 righties. That 1 lefty is over the weekend in Great American. A Cardinals team that's, again, broken record. Most of these guys are rostered right now.
Agreed. And the ones that aren't, I don't think you really want much to do with Tom. I don't know how's Thomas Sajaci been. He's been playing every day.
He's got hits in 3 of his last. We got 6 hits in his last 3 games. 3 of his last 4. He's actually not playing bad. He's always had a decent hit tool. It's been playing time. Has been the deal for him. It's just how long is Brendan Donovan out is the question. But so JC over like the last 2 weeks hitting 296, 2 steals, 2 doubles, like not a lot of power, but
I could say it's so empty though. It's 1 home run, 160 plate appearances. That's
like deeper
tough.
leagues I could see streaming him for the week, but like don't expect a whole lot. Like, do you want him or David Hamilton? I'm just gonna keep bringing it up the entire show. But yes,
David Hamilton, of course. I mean, really the thing I've got for the Cardinals is the closing situation. I was ready to anoint Riley O'Brien, who has like a sub-2 ERA, because
Joe baby.
JoJo pitched the 8th on Monday and Tuesday. Pitched the 8th today as well.
JoJo got two inning save tonight.
Yeah, but then pitched the 9th and got the save. So I don't know if it's exclusively JoJo Romero. It's probably going to be mix and match, but I've got JoJo Romero in labor. I've got him starting. I'll probably keep doing that as well.
Yes, indeed. Let's go to the NLS. The Arizona Diamondbacks. They have 7 games this week, 4 at Milwaukee, 3 at the Dodgers. That's a rough set of games there. 2 lefties and 5 righties for the D-backs. Adrian Del Castillo's back to not playing after I picked him up. That is awesome. Great stuff there, Diamondbacks. And Gabriel Moreno is going to be coming back very shortly. So it's just going to make things worse.
Pavin Smith is back from the IL, and let's see, but has started at first base against 2 righties since he returned. So that could be bad news for Tyler Locklear, who was playing every day. So I don't know if you have Tyler Locklear, if you're hoping for something there, you might want to pull the plug, and maybe even no, I don't know if you want to go with Pavin Smith. It's been pretty rough. It's been pretty bad.
It's been a rough go too. I dropped him years ago, it feels like, at this point. Yeah, no, it's a good point about the playing time there. Smith back, Locklear out, ADC not getting playing time. Other than that, the elites in Arizona. Don't really have any interest in Nasbil Chris Matt, who's been in the rotation now. I think he was with the Padres at one time. But what's your thoughts on the bullpen? Are you going with Sal Frank?
Better call Sal Frank. Got a win and a save this week.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
No,
staying away.
Okay. All right, let's head to the Colorado Rockies. 3 at Houston, 3 at home versus the Cubs. 2 lefties, 4 righties. Britton Doyle's amazing. Beck has been very good, very good. Like, he's been quietly doing it. Other than that, not overly excited with a ton when it comes to Colorado.
Especially because they're just hard to use the first half of the week. It's Hunter Brown. It's maybe Luis Garcia, Framber Valdez, although Valdez got smoked his last time out.
His few starts.
Yeah, I was looking at that for the meatball draft because I love Framber. And one of the columns I had on my little sheet was second half KBB. Framber has like 11%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on his walk in the second half, really bad. So kind of opposite of last year. Back to the Rockies. You hit on Beck. Beck's probably widely rostered at this point. Nice to see the Brenton Doyle turnaround. Very encouraged for 2026, as you are. Of course, Mickey Moniak's probably pretty widely, and kind of has slowed down lately anyway. So no, I don't have much for the Rockies.
Yeah, Moniak 93%, Beck and Doyle 100%. So yeah, they're already taken care of.
All right.
Los Angeles Dodgers, they have 6 games this week, all at home. 3 versus Cincinnati, 3 versus Arizona, 2 lefties and 4 righties for the Dodgers. A Dodgers team that, man, every time I see their lineup come out with Alex Freeland, Miguel Rojas, they had someone else. Oh, Alex Call's playing a lot.
Yeah.
It is Buddy Kennedy is getting a lot of playing. It's been a weird looking at this roster. It's the best way I can say it.
Pretty thin. If we've got more injuries to someone in the top 5 of that lineup, it gets dicey very quickly. But yeah, not interested in these fringe Dodgers for FAAB, really any of them.
And Tanner Scott set to come back from the IL on Friday.
Yes.
Kirby Yates on Saturday. Tanner Scott should be the closer once he returns because it's been a revolving door of stuff. Is the best way I'll say it. Tanner Scott's still 85% rostered in 12. So
okay, was just going to look that up. It's like how many people actually dropped Tanner Scott? Because it's a defensible drop, but yeah, 85.
It was very so. Yeah.
Still 15% started, so that's good.
God bless it. God bless these, like I need all of those 15% in my league next time, please. That'd be great.
Yeah,
but yes. Anything else? The Dodgers, they're pretty much locked and loaded.
Agreed. No, I don't.
Padres, 6 games this week, 3 at Seattle, 3 at Minnesota, all righties for the Padres. This could be the ultimate clean your sheets and Ryan O'Hearn week. They've been shouting from the masses, the fans, to play both of them. They both played on Wednesday. They hit combined for 3 home runs. Not saying it's going to happen, but Sheets has played versus the last 3 righties, and O'Hearn pretty much plays against all righties. This could be a week.
Yeah, and Sheets double dong on Wednesday. Did
Merrill has to be out to help with this, obviously.
And Merrill, yes, Merrill is out, and it just we talked about Merrill last night, so I'm not going to rehash that. But yeah, Merrill being out is kind of a requirement for this plan to work. But yeah, Gavin Sheets, if it's tough. I would need more certainty from the Merrill front to see if I would even add Sheets this week. He's been pretty bad until recently again, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see there. And I'll keep throwing out Freddie for me. He's only 13% rostered. He's the primary catcher, and he hits for a very good average. He's a catcher too, folks.
JP Sears was called up in the wake of who got hurt? Michael King again. So JP Sears gets a 2. Does he? He does not get a 2. Yes, he's got to get a 2-step. Fangraphs has Michael King coming back. I doubt that. So JP Sears would get a 2-step at the Seattle Mariners, which you like, and then at Minnesota, which you like as well. So I don't mind. And he had a juicy 2-step this week, I thought.
No, he has got 1 start. He got called at the face of the Giants.
Just a juicy start. Yeah. How the hell did he do? I must have totally missed that. Probably got blown
Giants, up. No, he didn't get blown up. He survived.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some leagues.
San Francisco Giants, to wrap things up here, they have 6 games all at home, 3 versus the Cubs, 3 versus the Orioles, 3 lefties, 3 righties. Luis Matos was recalled on Thursday. The Giants said they want to see him play as much as possible, so let's see what that means. They want to give Jung Hoo Lee and Elliot Ramos more days off down the stretch, they're saying, just let them rest since it's a lost season. A lot of things are about to start shaking up here with the team. So keep Luis Matos in mind. If he does play a lot, I'm very, very interested in that one. And then our buddy Dave Petroziello, I need to answer him. I forgot to answer him. Asked about Christian Koss in the chat. He's playing second base every day. He's hitting right now. I am not the biggest Christian Koss fan. In a deep league, I guess I could see some appeal, but I'm not going to be overly excited in him.
Okay. I don't think I have anything to add. It's interesting. I still feel like this is more backward looking. Still feel like Randy Rodriguez was an excellent FAAb ad, but like
they're not winning games.
They're not winning games. It's so tough. Like he's the guy and he's really good, but you need that third component. You need actual save opportunities from.
You need a manager that knows what he's doing to get the team to the finish line. God, but. Yeah, I was all happy when I got Randy for $99 at $99 backup bids, and he's got 1 save since then, I think. Yeah. So that's been cool.
Not as fun.
I don't regret the move. The move was right at the time, but it's been.
I don't think it's Bob Melvin's fault either. I think
if he knew how to organize a bullpen and use his rotation properly, he might have more save chances. But they do need to hit as well. You are that's Pat Burrell's fault right now. So,
oh God, is he their hitting coach? Pat Burrell.
That's everything you need to know right there. I will say to the Christian Koss situation, this could really go out the window because Matt Chapman's expected back Friday or Saturday, so Casey Schmidt should go back to second base, which means Christian Koss is pretty much out the window on this one. Keep that in mind as well.
Yeah,
I got nothing else for the Giants. Unless you like Wisenhunt for some reason, but he's fringe at best, like you said.
Yeah, I could pick on you more, but let's move on.
All right, any final thoughts on the schedule? It's all 30 teams. The lists are getting bleaker and bleaker each week as we get towards the finish line.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a pretty slow week so far, I think, in FAAB, outside of the couple prospects we mentioned at the top and a couple decent pitcher ads led by Shane Bieber, but not really much on the closer front. So yeah, pretty low week for FAAB, at least so far. Things could change Friday, Saturday, but as it stands through the first 4 games of this week, probably not spending too much unless you want to go Basayo or Shane Bieber.
All right, then let's look at the top ads from the week. What do we got here? There's Brooks Lee right at the top.
Yep. Again, this is kind of just our double check, make sure we didn't miss anybody obvious at this point. But Brooks Lee is, and this is this week so far, the biggest risers in Fantrax leagues, and they've got a bunch of daily leagues, so it's just a nice way in between weekly FAAb periods to see who's rising. And yeah, checks out Brooks Lee, number 1, Paul DeJong, number 2, Jose Caballero, stolen bases, qualifies everywhere, number 3. Then Sosa is pretty much widely rostered. Dylan Beavers is up there. Brett Beatty, Pedro Pajes, we did not talk about, but that's because he's Pedro Pajes.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Cole Keese up there, but he's widely rostered, so I don't think we missed on anybody big for this week.
We're good there. The pitching side's always the one I'm wondering if we missed something, but sometimes it's just weird. We got
so Parker Messick is number 1. We mentioned him. We've got Victor Vodnik. We did not mention, but no.
He doesn't need to be mentioned.
I mean, I guess he does because he's getting some saves, but no, we've been down that path with Vodnik himself, but also Colorado closers for years. We've got your guy, Hurston Waldrop, widely rostered. Sean Armstrong, probably your top closer ad this week if you need saves. Who else? Andrew Kittredge is rising. You don't need that. It's just because Palencia on an off day. So
yeah, Kyle Bradish could be coming back. He's there we go. The weekend.
That's a good one. Kyle Bradish was actually picked in our meatball draft. He was Mr. Irrelevant. James Anderson took him the end of the 11th round. That's actually that's a miss on our part. Kyle Bradish is probably someone we should have mentioned at the top. It's a decent ad. What is his rehab looking like?
He's due back. I think he pitches this weekend for Baltimore, but I could be wrong.
But like, has he pitched well?
Oh, that's a whole other story. I can't remember there.
Come on, man. I expect you to know all this off the top.
I'm too busy looking up Brett Harris and stuff. You got to give me a second.
Yeah. And Maximo Acosta.
Yeah, Maximo Acosta. At least you remember his name. Kyle Bradish, over 6 rehab starts, 12 earned runs over 22 innings with 25 Ks to 8 walks. So the Ks to walk, I like to see that as he works things out. And it was 3 earned runs or less in his last 3 rehab starts. So he got blown up in 1 start, essentially. So looks pretty decent.
Reasonable ad. I would prioritize Shane Bieber, though, if you're choosing between the two. But
no doubt about it. All right. You want a 2-step?
Yeah, real quick question from Andy. A few catcher options out there. Are you dropping any of these struggling catchers, O'Hoppe or Kirk, for like a Basayo if you wanted to?
If you could get a Basayo, I'd say go for it. The other guys, Kirk's actually been really good the last week to 2 weeks, so I wouldn't go too far on the struggling side of that.
Okay, agreed. And I would do Basayo, but no one else. I don't think any other widely available catcher is worth it. So, all right, let's 2-step.
All right, let's 2-step it up here. The Arizona Diamondbacks, you got Erod at Milwaukee at the Dodgers.
No. Oh, he's had a good run of a couple starts, but this is where that ends.
What about Brendan Pfaadt at Milwaukee at the Dodgers?
God. And he struggles against lefties. I guess you do it, but that's scary.
You do it in 15s for sure. It's not an auto in 12s at this time of the year.
Yeah, agreed.
It depends if you need wins or what you're going for there. And they're not even good for wins. The A's, JT Ginn versus Detroit versus Texas. No.
In 15s, I'd consider it. Yep.
In Sacramento?
Consider it. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Probably not.
Yeah, I'm out. Atlanta, you got potentially Spencer Strider at Miami at Philly.
Yes, you're doing that.
Baltimore, Sagano versus Boston at the Giants.
Ooh, skills aren't that great for Sagano. I would still probably do it, but 15-teamer.
Bradish, so he returns next week versus Boston at the Giants. So he won't be NFBC eligible till next weekend, but gets a 2-step Boston Giants. I sit and watch.
I'd probably sit and watch, but if
Giants
it's a deeper league, you could do it.
Yeah, Giant starts nice. Boston, we don't know what Walker Buehler's situation is, but if he's in the rotation, maybe it's Kyle Harrison. Yeah. At Baltimore versus Pittsburgh.
Buehler, no. Harrison, yes.
Yes, Harrison. I do that in a heartbeat. Giolito at Baltimore versus Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Matthew Boyd at the Giants at the Rockies.
Dude, that's amazing. Hell yeah. Auto.
The in-Coors start's a little scary because Boyd is starting to slowly show signs of leakage, but yes, you start him.
Yep.
Hunter Green at the Dodgers versus St. Louis is a yes. Tanner Bybee Versus Tampa Bay versus Seattle.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. But
I'm just glad I don't have to worry about it anymore.
yeah, you dropped them. So
yes.
I think you do it in 15s. Yep.
15s, you do it. 12s, I'm just move on. It's the best I can say. There's get out of there.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
Chicago White Sox, Shane Smith versus Kansas City versus the Yankees. No.
I thank Shane Smith for his service and for my future beer in Arizona, but no.
Yeah. Now this one's different. Martin Perez versus Kansas City versus the Yankees.
He's back, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
And pitched half decent. Martin Perez does this every single year.
Yes.
Just like does. Literally thought he retired years ago and just comes back and like shoves for 3 weeks in August, September, and then like dies again.
That's why I say it's actually interesting because he's been serviceable right now.
I wouldn't do it. That Yankee start could be bonkers.
He has faced Atlanta 5 1/3 shutout innings with no walks and 5 Ks.
I know. It's what he does, man.
That's amazing. Jesus, I would do it in 15s. 12s, probably not. But 15s, I'd do it. I would do it.
Oh.
Detroit, you're starting Tarek Skubal. Kansas City, Noah Cameron at the White Sox versus Detroit. Cameron's been good, but there's no strikeouts there.
Cameron's been decent. I have him in a few draft and holds and definitely doing that most likely. I'd think about in 15s, but not 12s.
15s, you do it for sure. For sure, you do it in 15s. 12s, if you need wins, yes. If you need strikeouts, you're going somewhere else because he just doesn't strike guys out.
Yeah.
Yep. Kyle Hendricks at Texas, at Houston. No.
Nope.
Miami, Edward Cabrera versus Atlanta at the Mets. Yes.
I mean, yeah,
he
been
struggled, but yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do with Edward Cabrera, but yeah, you'd throw him.
Sandy versus Atlanta at the Mets. He's thrown 2 really good starts in a row.
Yeah, I'd do it. Keep going.
Milwaukee, the Miz versus Arizona at Toronto.
I mean, if you have the Miz, you're obviously doing it, but this is why, I was worried about the control issues. He looked really good, but there's also been some really bad starts.
Quinn Priester versus Arizona at Toronto. Just keep rolling, baby.
The Priest did not pitch well today. Starting to fall back a little bit, but I would. Oh God, this is a tough 2-step.
Yeah, it is.
At least, I mean, Arizona's not that tough anymore, but Toronto start scares the hell out of me. I may look elsewhere in 15s. We'll see. I'll probably do it. I got him in the list.
There's wins and strikeout upside there. You got to roll with it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
This is the time of the year looking categories. Minnesota, Bailey Ober at Toronto versus San Diego.
Let's go.
The Mets, Kodai Senga versus Philadelphia versus Miami. I'm terrified.
I don't know what. Yeah, Senga's a blind spot for me. If you have him, I'm sure you're starting.
If you have him, you're starting him, but it's terrifying.
Philly could.
Shamanaya versus Philly versus Miami.
Yeah, Mania looked a little better today. I think he had 8 Ks and the dreaded 4 2/3. But yeah, I would do that.
Schlitz happened. Cam Schlittler versus Washington at the White Sox. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Luis Eel versus Washington at the White Sox.
I would do that as well.
You're doing Christopher Sanchez, the guy that's pitched really well for about 2 months now, and no one wants to talk about it. Jesus Luzardo at the Mets versus Atlanta.
Of course, he's back to auto start.
Yep, that means great things are about to happen. Mitch Keller at St. Louis at Boston.
God, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm going no. Same with Johan Oviedo, neither. Because they're not going to get any run support, so it doesn't freaking matter. Like, I'm just out. Potentially JP Sears at Seattle at Minnesota. You said yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Bryce Miller versus San Diego at Cleveland. Did not look good in his return. Looked decent on the rehab mend. I would do it with Bryce Miller. I think you just assume he's shaking off some rust and hope it gets better. A 2-step like that, I would do it. Justin Verlander versus the Cubs.
Yeah. What do you think, Bubba?
It shouldn't be rostered.
What does Ben Verlander think?
Dude, what a freaking tool that guy is. My God. You want to talk about living on your brother's coattails? Like, he probably has freaking breast milk from Kate Upton when he can. It's unbelievable what he does over there. Matt McGreevy versus Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. We've lost Ryan from the chat. I'm starting McGreevy versus Pittsburgh at Cincinnati in 15s, not in 12s.
Sure.
Tampa Bay, Shane Boz at Cleveland at the Nationals.
I gotta get back on track here. Show's almost over. Yeah, I'm doing Shane Boz.
Yes, yeah, even though you got shelled his last time, but yes, give like 7 home runs to the Yankees. These are on the road though, so you're good. Jacob deGrom, if he makes these 2 starts, versus the Angels at the A's in Sacramento.
Yeah, so keep an eye. I don't know if I should take Texas at their word. I do think they're just trying to kind of space DeGrom out and get him ready for 2026, similar to what I said earlier about Strider. So as it stands, I would do this. I don't know if DeGrom's actually hurt. I think they are just trying to manage workload.
Toronto, Max Scherzer versus Minnesota versus Milwaukee's yes.
Yep.
And then we wrap it up with the good Lord at New York Yankees versus Tampa Bay.
Since your Ben Verlander comment, to pivot from that to the good Lord, Jesus.
At
And
the
then I say
Yankees versus
Jesus.
Tampa Bay.
No, I'm not pitching the good
Not a
Lord
chance. Not a
on
chance.
Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday.
Well, we ended with a flurry. That's
That
all
was
I gotta
bad.
say.
That was bad.
Yeah, I thought it was great because I couldn't see the screen and it just went silent. So I went back to the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, we've lost Ryan.
We lost.
This is good. This is good.
Oh man.
Yes.
That went off the rails at least it was at the end. At the end of a show in mid to late August, there's minimal collateral damage with that move.
And if you want more content like that, come to FAAbs because this is what the bar's like at night when you get Bubba really rolling. So
yeah,
there's way
that's
more
true.
where that comes from.
That is true.
You
So no, I got nothing else to
putt on the golf course.
Would say that again? What'd you say?
You want to watch me miss a 5-foot putt on the golf course? Yeah, we get going. Sorry. Final thoughts on Week 23 FAAb.
No, I don't think we can salvage this, so we'll just cut it.
There's nothing that needs salvaging. Great times around here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back with you guys next week with some sort of Bloom Board episode. It's getting tougher to get the proper categories as the season gets winding down, but that's what the guy on the right side of the screen does well, figures those things out. And that guy you can find on Twitter at RyanBHQ, the podcast at Bubba Bloom Pod, and on Patreon at patreon.com/Bubba Bloom. I'm at BD Antrick. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Bubba and the Bloom, episode 270. Catch you all next time.